Good afternoon, students. Today, I'm going to present an overview of character. I am creating this video so that you can refer to it any time throughout the year, but especially for this unit on literary devices. Please be sure to write thorough notes. It's your choice what type of notes you would like to take. You can write Cornell notes, outline notes, or a thinking map that is appropriate for this information. Please remember you may also pause and play this video as you need. First, let's review character. Who is a character? The main person that a story is about is the character. Of course, a character doesn't always have to be a person. Sometimes animals, ideas, or even the setting can act as characters in a story. But today, let's focus on people who are characters in a story, like the boy in The Boy Who Cried Wolf, Margot in All Summer in a Day, Rory in The Bracelet, Lois in The Gold Cadillac, and Harriet Tubman in A Glory Over Everything. Authors use characterization to develop a character. Characterization is created by several factors: thoughts, feelings, actions, conflicts, hopes and dreams, personality traits. Do you remember when we created the character project for Rory and the Bracelet? Well, in any story you read, you can look into all of these 6 ideas and try to understand a character. For example, Rory's thoughts were that she thought the evacuation of Japanese Americans was completely unfair. She even said in the story that the FBI was silly for thinking her dad was a spy because he was actually a loyal American and businessman. For her feelings, she always felt sad, and we know this because according to the text, Rory cried constantly throughout the entire plot. For actions, we know that Rory is always asking her mom questions and keeps searching and looking for her lost bracelet. For conflicts, we know that Rory faces 2 different problems: the setting of the evacuation camps and the event of losing her friendship bracelet from Lori. For hopes and dreams, we know that Rory dreams of being with her dad again, because she even dreams that the person that rings the doorbell will be her dad or an officer who will say that there's been a mistake and her dad is free to come back home. Finally, for personality traits, we know that Rory is a curious character because she always asks so many questions to her mom. We also know she is very sad because she cries. She is worried because she doesn't know why soldiers are carrying weapons at the camps. And she's also hopeful because she learned from her mom that she can always keep memories in her heart and not in things. We also learned that there are main characters and minor characters in stories. In the story A Glory Over Everything, the main character is Harriet Tubman, and the minor characters are her siblings, other slaves on the plantation, and the abolitionists who helped Harriet along the Underground Railroad. When we first learned about characters, we also learned that some characters are static and some are dynamic. Static means they stay the same throughout the plot. Dynamic means they change throughout the plot. We have been incorporating these ideas into our reading logs this entire year. For example, Margot in All Summer in a Day is static because she stays the same throughout the story. She is still sad and lonely in the beginning of the story all the way to the end of the story. On the other hand, the boy in The Boy Who Cried Wolf is dynamic because he promises to never lie again after learning his lesson. Since the boy changes from the beginning to the end of the story, he is definitely dynamic. In our lesson about characters, we also learned about types of characters. We learned that there are good guys like the protagonist, and there are also bad guys like the antagonist. For example, some protagonists and antagonists you might know are Batman versus Joker, or Mario versus Bowser. We also learn about archetypes, which are types of characters that are commonly created in stories. For example, many stories have a hero, and most of the time, that hero usually has a helper like a sidekick, like Robin and Luigi. Some stories have a sage, or a person who knows everything and teaches the other characters about wisdom and truth. Or there are stories with a ruler, who is a person with lots of power and uses it usually in a negative way. These are just some examples of archetypes that stories have. That's it for character and characterization. Please rewatch this video if you're still unclear about character and write down any questions you might have so you can ask me in class. Thanks for watching.